Hey guys, it is me. It is TK Barlow from the Barlow Group Tax and Accounting Firm. So I wanted to chime in today to briefly talk about some of the tax deductions that you should be looking into when it comes to your business taxes. We are right at the cusp of tax season. And so there are a couple of things that you should be looking out for when it comes to maximizing those deductions and getting, basically the biggest bang for your buck that you can when it comes to getting your business taxes done. All right. So these are just a couple of tips, a couple of things for you to just take a look at, for you to kind of see where you fall in when it comes to what type of deductions that you are able to take as a business owner. Okay, so first of all, what we have to understand is that a lot of businesses are not going to have the same exact tax deductions all the way around. Okay, so some of the common deductions that you will find is definitely going to be your rent or your that home office expense, your equipment and supplies. Now, your equipment and supplies, those two things are definitely going to differ depending on your business, if whatever type of industry that you are in. Okay, so if you are in the med spa or the wellness business, then of course your equipment and supplies may look alike. But if you are in a totally different industry, such as a food truck owner, now those expenses are going to be much different, right? And so it's important for you to understand that just because someone expenses is one way, your neighbor or your a friend's expenses may be totally different. Okay, so everyone cannot necessarily take the same exact deductions. It just depends on what industry you're in. But some of the common deduction is going to be definitely rent or home office expenses if you are using your home office, right? Then you can look at your equipment and your supplies. What are you taking as an expense for your supplies? Like, what are you purchasing for your business? What does your equipment look like? Then marketing and advertising. Now, most business owners are definitely going to have that marketing and advertising costs, because as we are growing our business, we definitely have to invest into marketing and being able to get our businesses out there. Okay, so another thing that is going to be a common deduction is your employee wages and your contractor payments. So if you are paying anyone over $600, they are considered a contractor. And then at the end of the year, you have to submit that 1099 to them. And so right now we are in that time frame right now where all of those contractor 1099s and those employee W-2s have to be sent out by the end of the month. And so that is a common deduction that most business owners will see. If you have contractors or employees, you're going to have to pay those employee wages, right? So another thing is professional fees. If you have an accountant, or if you have a tax preparer, if you have a lawyer, those are some of the common deductions that you will have to pay. And those things are definitely tax deductible. Okay. So then when you get into your within your industry, that's where you're going to be able to say, yes, these are my medical supplies, these are the products that I have purchased throughout the year, these are the things that are also tax deductible too. For my med spa, my therapist, most of them have similar expenses that they have to write off every year. Any type of training and continuing education expenses. If you're having to renew your certification, if you're having, if you're taking on a new product or a new service and you have to get trained on that, those expenses or those costs are going to be tax deductible to you. So don't overlook those. Definitely need to be tracking those and keeping the receipts for those as well. Any type of membership memberships and subscriptions. We have plenty of memberships and plenty of subscriptions that we subscribe to yearly. And so when those things are directly related to your business, of course, those subscriptions are definitely going to be an expense that you're able to take, as well as business memberships. If you're a part of your any city groups, any city clubs, any city memberships as a business owner, then you're going to be able to write those off as well under within your business as a tax deduction. All right. And so some of the other things that we often overlook is travel and meal expenses related to your business. All right. So when I say meals, I'm not talking about you picking up a cup of coffee on the way to the office, but these are meals that you're having with potential customers or with potential clients. Those meals are going to be deductible. Okay. And then if you are supplying meals to your staff, maybe you're having, a weekly meeting, or maybe you're having an event, then the price that you're paying, or the receipts that you're racking up when it comes to those office meals, those are going to be deductible as well. All right. And then any type of insurance premium that you may be paying for your business, we all have to have insurance when we are running our businesses. Those are going to be something that you're also able to write off as a deduction. And then, of course, your utilities, your internet, your phone bills, all of those expenses are going to be tax deductible too. Okay. And so how do you track these, and how should you be organizing these expenses so that you are able to write them off? So there are different, tracking techniques that you can use. It really matters like where you are in your business, right? So if you are just starting your business, or if you just opened up, then you may not have the budget that you would need to, hire a bookkeeper or hire an accountant, or even get some of the software like QuickBooks away. So what I always recommend, for those who are just starting their businesses off, you can just use a simple spreadsheet to where you want to track your income, and then track all of your business related expenses. All right. So that at the end of the year, you have everything kind of outlined, and it's going to be easy when it comes to your tax preparation. So, but if you are in the space, or if your income is looking suitable to where you are able to hire an accountant or hire a bookkeeper, then yes, go ahead and do that, because that is going to be less work that you have to do, when it comes to maintaining your books and making sure that you're tax time ready. But if you're in between, then you can always get like the software QuickBooks or Wave, and you would be able to track everything on your own. So it's just about, a matter of where you are in your business, what your budget looks like, what your time looks like, depending on, how you should move forward with a tracking method. All right. But you definitely want to get something to where you are able to track that income and track those expenses. So number two, you definitely want to have a dedicated business bank account and a credit card account if you can. You do not want to commingle, because when you start commingling, that means, having your business expenses coming out of your personal bank account is going to be really hard to determine what was actually business and what was actually personal when it comes to the end of the year. So you definitely want to separate everything and have that business account for all of your business income and expenses, and leave everything personal out of that account. All right. So another thing is to manage your receipts. So, we back in the old days, we used to have, the shoebox full of receipts. But nowadays, there are so many tools that you can use, Expensify or Google Drive. There are so many digital tools and apps that you are able to use to help manage your receipts. Okay. Because the thing is this, when you're having those receipts, they can fade and you'll forget what it was for. You can lose them, you can misplace them. So it's just best to save your receipts digitally. Even if you're just, taking a picture of your receipts, and saving them on your phone or saving them on a desktop drive, like that would be something suitable too, because you want to keep detailed notes about each expense, including the purpose and the date. And just to go back to those meals, when you're having meals with potential clients or customers or whomever, and you're talking business, you want to be able to keep that receipt. And on the back of that receipt, you want to put who you discuss business with, and make a copy of that and keep it as well, so that in the case of an audit, if that was a question, you're able to say, yes, this is who I spoke with, this was the date, this is where we went. You'll have all those details. Okay. And then the thing about having a good bookkeeping system in place is that your expenses are going to be categorized, right? When you have a bookkeeper or an accountant, and within our firm, we use QuickBooks. And so when we are pulling in your expenses from your bank account, what we're doing on the monthly basis is categorizing those expenses. We're breaking down each expense, so that when it's time to file your taxes, we know everything that you've had supplies for the year. We know the total amount of professional services you've had for the entire year. We have your advertising costs for the entire year. And so it really makes it easier when it's time to file your taxes, because all of these expenses are already categorized. And so you're not having to, run all over the place and go get receipts from here and there and try to figure out the total. You're not doing that, because we already have been tracking everything all 12 months of the year. Okay, so here are some tips for you to stay audit proof, and so that you are stress free when it comes to tax time. So what you want to do is you want to be consistent. You want to continue to maintain a clean and accurate record for all of your income and your expenses. Remember, that is if you are doing it the old-fashioned way with Excel or a piece of paper, or if you're able to, purchase software on your own and you have the time to do your books, or if you just need to hire a bookkeeper or an accountant, but you want to be consistent and maintain your income and expenses, depending on what your transactions look like. If you want to do it once a week or once a month, but you don't want to go past a month if you are maintaining your records on your own. But you just want to go through all of your income and go through all of your expenses and making sure that you are recording them correctly. All right. And again, you want to avoid mixing personal and business finances. You do not want to be a commingler, because that can just be a downhill battle when you start doing that. So make sure you're keeping your personal and your business finances separated. And you want to document everything, right? Always having those receipts and those invoices for all of your expenses that you are claiming, okay? Because you don't want to claim a whole bunch of expenses and then the IRS comes back and say, hey, we need proof of all of these expenses that you're claiming. And if you don't have those receipts, they could go back and have you claim all of that stuff, and then they will change those taxes, and you're end up owing more than what you intended on doing. So you want to make sure that you have all of your receipts and all of your invoices for all of your expenses that you are claiming. Okay. And then you want to, if you have payroll, or if you have any contractors, you want to make sure that you are keeping those records, as well as those tax forms like W-2s and 1099s. So documentation is going to be key. All right. Then, as always, if you need help, you can reach out to us to be able to help you navigate your way through staying organized, through staying tax time ready. And I like to get with my clients, at least on the monthly basis, but if not, on the quarterly basis, so that we are able to really go through their transactions, go through all those invoices, and just to make sure that they are compliant and that we don't have any surprises at the end of the year. All right. So what do you need to get your business taxes filed with us? So we would need your expense records, whether you are tracking your things on your own. If you have a bookkeeping system, we would just need your profit and loss, your business structure documents, your EIN number. Like, how is your business established? It's important for you to know your entity. And then, so we just like to confirm what your business entity is, as well as your EIN number, so that we can put that on your tax documents. And then if you have any assets or depreciation records, because depreciation is another one of those things that really help you break down that tax liability. So we like to take a look at those records if that is something that you have within your business that will help us move forward with maximizing your taxes for you. Other things that we would need is your personal information, of course, your social security number, um, date of birth, that personal information of anyone that you are adding to your taxes. Like we just talked about, which is your income documents, such as your profit and loss, your balance sheet, and then the previous year's taxes that will help us be able to tax plan for you as well, to see where you are, to see the trends within your business, all of that good stuff, right? And so, how can you get on our calendar? You can scan here. You can scan this QR code if you would like a free 15-minute consultation. We would love to talk to you and learn about your business and see how we are able to support you and help you maximize your tax deductions. All right. So, in the meantime, cheers to your success, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.